Hello everyone, thanks for joining me on another video session of mine. I'm 25 today. Today's my birthday, so I'll be talking about lessons at 25. Over the years I've learned a thing or two, and I will be sharing some of those experiences or some of the things I've learned with you, and I believe that you'll be able to learn, or be inspired one way or the other. But first off, I want to really appreciate God. I want to thank God for sparing me till this very moment. It has not been an easy ride, but God has seen me through it all, and I'm really grateful to Him for all He has done. The first lesson I'd like to talk about is the fact that I've learned that my life is an inspiration to many, as I'm a role model to many and a mentor to few. Now, this does not mean that I'm perfect. No, we all have our flaws, but it only gives me room to improve on myself and become a better version of myself, because I know that there are people who are looking up to me. And I've also learned that not everybody that you share your success story with is genuinely happy for you. Some people envy you, and others are just waiting for your downfall. Whatever the case is, make sure you don't let that affect you. And also be careful who you actually share your success story with. Another lesson I've learned is that you should not allow the criticisms of others, affect you wrongly. Don't allow it to cause major setbacks in your life. Basically, what you should be looking out for is objective criticism, and then you're able to learn from those things and move on, improve on yourself, as the case may be. Another thing is, if you feel that no one is willing to help you or everyone is giving up on you, remember that God will never forsake you. I am a living testimony to that effect. I want to quickly share something that happened to me while I was in higher institution, or why I said that if no one is willing to help you, God wouldn't forsake you. Yeah, there was a time I was in the hostel, and I didn't have any money on me. I think the last money I had on me was about 15 naira, and I think when I called home, I was told to wait a couple of days and something will be sent to me. But of course I didn't tell them the amount that was left with me, so I was turned between what do I eat this night and the fact that I had to go to church that evening, and whether I should use that money that was with me to do offering. And I was like, and I also had another option of someone to call, but I told God that I don't want to do anything that is against His will, if you understand what I'm saying. Now, if I had called this person actually wanted a kind of relationship from me that I wasn't willing to give. And if I'd called this person, I know that I'll be almost setting a trap for myself, so to speak. But then what I did basically was I told God right then, because when I'm talking to God, it's like He's right there in front of me. So I basically told God, I said, God, I have just 15 naira with me. I don't know what I want to eat this night. With this 15 naira, I can actually buy Costa biscuits and milk, you understand, and eat for the night. I know I'm okay. And I'm also going to church. I like to give offering. I don't like going empty-handed. So what do? Do I drop this 15 naira, or do I use it to eat? Your common sense will tell you, my dear, use it to eat. But something other than common sense, got hold of me that day, and which was faith. And I made up my mind, then to drop the 15 naira in church when I go to church as offering. But I also told God, I said, God, if I drop this 50 naira, it means I'll go to bed hungry, or maybe one of my hostel mates will just be so nice, or just bring something. I actually don't like borrowing money from people. I don't like it. If you come to me, I'll prefer to give you than to actually borrow. That's just me for you. Particularly if I don't know when I'm going to be paying you back. If I have a set date when I'll return your money, it will be fine. So what I did that day was, I told God, I said, God, if I drop this money in church, it means you have to provide. You just have no way. You just have to provide. There's no choice. And then I told Him that I have an option of calling this person. I really do not want to call this person. But if by tomorrow, I'm not telling you to do this, please, but if by tomorrow you do not provide, I might just have to call this person. Here's two things. One, I told Him I will use that 15 naira for offering. Two, I practically begged Him before putting that, extra stuff. I practically begged Him to provide for me. And one thing about God is, you hear when people tell you that when you want to worship God, you worship Him in spirit and in truth. But in honesty, God actually looks at your heart. It is not your actions or your doings that He's looking at, it is your heart. So the fact that I made up my mind that day to give that money in church rather than to use it to buy Coaster biscuit and milk to eat or something, I think that really moved God a bit. And then, you know what happened? I went to the church program and the pastor was preaching. I was actually just attentive to the message because I was trying to uplift myself. I knew what I was going through. And it wasn't even offering time yet. I've not dropped this money yet. The money was still with me. I was seated, and the next thing was I received an alert on my phone. My phone practically dropped on my lap. Like, I think I didn't drop on the floor, but basically it dropped on my lap, and I was like, wow, speechless. And you know, I was like, God, I've not even dropped the money as offering. Let's even say maybe that's why you did this for me. But probably because you saw my heart and you saw the need and you saw the way that, you know, it was just a miracle. So I'm telling you something, that if no one is willing to help you, God will never forsake you. For those of you out there who are feeling like, you know, the world is, you know, forgotten you, seems like everybody's wicked, or your family, or your friends, go to God in prayer. He's the only one who can come to your aid. He's the only one who can send a stranger to come and bless you. Okay, so moving on to the lessons that I've learned. I've also learned that you should be nice to everybody, but you should clearly define the kind of relationships that you have. It is very, very important. Okay, I've also learned that not every advice that you receive is genuine. Okay, and I've learned that while you're waiting for that big break, the breakthrough or a miracle or something really good from God, you should not sit idle. Okay, find something to do, keep yourself busy. Okay, don't be idle while you're waiting for a miracle. And I've also learned that in life, you should not be quick to judge people. In fact, don't even judge, and don't be quick to, you know, jump to conclusions about people. Okay, sometimes some people tend to misjudge me till they get to know me better, and they're like, oh, they didn't know I was this nice or this, you know, friendly or something like that. It happens to all of us. So particularly the ladies, please, okay, before you jump into conclusions about someone, take some time and get to know this person. And I've also learned that no matter how independent I try to be, I cannot do without God, okay? And that the grace of God is more than sufficient for all of us. All you need to do is just ask for that grace of God. I've also learned that it's hard working pays off, okay? And failure is never an option. If for any reason you fail, all you need to do is to get up, get on your feet, learn from your mistakes, and move on, okay? And it is good to be kind to everyone, because you don't know the what that individual is going through or what that person has been through, and we never wish to be in another person's shoes, particularly when you have no idea what they've been through. So be kind to everybody, be nice to everybody, okay? And last but not the least, smile always. I love smiling, so make sure you smile. And for all those frowners, if there's any word like that, those people who are always so stern and so serious, and sometimes it's just good to, you know, relax and smile, okay? Particularly when you're having conversations with people. They could be strangers or people that you know. Learn to smile more. And I pray that this month of May will bring enough sunshine into our lives, and I pray that we'll have reason to always celebrate and rejoice in our homes. Have a lovely day. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.